Hello, I'm back. It's gonna be a process because I'm working on things. But I have a video I want to do. I'm going to do a flip through of my bullet journal. I started this with One Book July halfway a little, yeah, right around the second week, I guess. I started a little early in One Book July. I think I started the end of June. So what happened is I started with the Hobonichi, and it worked out well enough until I put so much watercolor on the weekly spreads that I couldn't focus. I really couldn't focus. So I ended up using the breeze that I had that was kind of set up as my commonplace evening pages research idea kind of notebook. And I ended up putting it in its own traveler's notebook, and I ended up bullet journaling in it. And I'm back to doing just a daily page in the Hobonichi because that's a little bit less. It's only one page, which usually I don't do at all. Usually I have 2 pages at least per day. But getting back into the swing of things after, everything that's been going on and being so stressed out, it's been a process. So what I have been doing is getting back into it by easing into it. I started with the planning and the bullet journal and a few daily pages in the Hobonichi. I did a lot of text journaling in my regular art documented life kind of journal. I plopped down a bunch of watercolor thanks to Allie Brown's video. I've always done backgrounds in watercolor, but sometimes mine did look too strained, and so I watched her video and did it a few times and practiced, and so I did that. But I want to show you the Breeze by Taroko Design. That's what my bullet journal is, and I will give you a really quick look at the Enigma that I'm using as my journal as well, but I kind of wanted to do this so you really get an idea of what the Enigma and the Breeze have the same exact paper. They're made by Taroko Design. Steve has the best notebooks. I used to absolutely love the Crossfield and the Hobonichi. I love Tomoe River paper, Tomoho River paper. And the Hobonichi, like I said, only has 1 page per day. But I'm going to start doing daily journaling with that. And I think I'm going to show those on YouTube if you'd be interested. Because I've been putting a lot more personal stuff in my other journal. I tried to get the Crossfield, it was sold out. Tried to get it, it was sold out. So I went asking around, and somebody I knew suggested Taroko Design. So I tried. And the first thing I tried was the Mystique. Well, I thought it was Tomoe River paper, and it wasn't. But it was orchid paper, which is lovely paper too. But I really wanted the Enigma. I really wanted the Tomoe River paper. I ordered one of those because the Crossfield wasn't in. Every time I went to go look, they were sold out. That's what I was using before One Book July, before I changed things up. I was using a Crossfield. Now, Nanami Paper, they have changed their Seven Seas Crossfield to grid. It no longer has the little crosses that make the dot grid. It's not a dot grid, it's a little cross grid, but it doesn't look like dot grid anymore. It's actually grid. And although I'm okay with using the grid in the Hobonichi, and the grid is so light in the Stology, I have trouble seeing it because, I wear bifocals, y'all. So in order for me to see it, I had to take my glasses off and look up close, like really close. And that doesn't work so well when you're trying to journal and film. So I like the Stology to kind of just do stuff in, but not for actual writing where I need to have it pretty. It's okay if it slants in the Stology because I know I can't see the grids. So anyway, the Breeze came out, and it's 183 pages. It has the index just like the Enigma. The pages are numbered though. The Enigma doesn't have numbered pages, but the Breeze does. And had I known how wonderful it was, I should have known it was going to be wonderful because it has the same paper that the Enigma does, and it's half the size. So I thought I should have used it as my journal and used the Enigma as my bullet journal because I don't really put tip-ins in my bullet journal. It's not very often I paste anything in there either, but I will be in the next month or two ordering a few more Breezes and probably another Enigma. And I may eventually change things up when I'm finished with this Enigma. Once it's full, I may switch things around and use the Enigma as my bullet journal and the Breeze as my like art documented life illustrated journal kind of thing. My life journal. So I'm going to turn the camera around now because I've chatted enough. I've rambled enough. But I'm excited to be back. And I hope you enjoy the video. I'm going to show you flip through and what I'm working on currently. Bye all. Thanks for
Okay,
watching.
so this is today's page, and I've drawn my shark. I have to watercolor it. And I actually drew this with Noodler's Lexington Gray. It's bulletproof ink. I put this in my Jinhao demonstrator, and y'all have to just excuse my nails because I haven't had time. I wanted to get this filmed. That happens every time I do dishes. I really like the Lexington Gray. I really like the Lexington Gray. It comes out dark enough for you to do. See, like, you know, I made a few mistakes, but I can go back in when I paint this and fix him. So let's get where we're at. So this is the Breeze. It is 183 pages. I have a cover over it. I can slip this out so you guys can see it a little bit better though. Okay, it comes in a black cover. I put this over it. Burgess's Big Dreams, Life is Good. It has black on the inside, and then it has these really pretty blue kind of linen-y paper, and then black again. The blue on the inside. It has the place for your name and address information. It has the index, and it has 2 pages of index. I started this with evening pages and some sketch notes because I'm rereading it by Stephen King, and I had some sketch notes in it. One Book July stuff, some notes about dragonflies and what their symbols mean, what they mean. Brahmini's stuff from Patreon, some stuff from Courtney's Patreon. That was where I was talking about some blogs, some YouTube stuff. And I was doing pretty well with this until the past couple of weeks where things got really stressful. But I'm going to be redoing this for August. I just haven't done it yet. I've been putting quotes that I really like in here, and I will probably do some more. This is where July starts. And I'm going to come up some because I want you to see. So this is where I really start watercoloring. And you don't see it through there. So more, and you don't see it through there. So I started July, I did a weekly, I did this, I ended up changing this a little bit for August. I ended up changing this a little. So notes about the coffee chat and some blog post notes, different sharks. Get shit done. I broke it down. I'm combining SMART goals with the GTD method. So I've been doing some of that. I've been writing some quotes. A lot of watercolor. And this is about as much, you can't really see it. Let's see. See the wrinkle? You get a little of the wrinkle, and you get a little indentation. And you can kind of see where the black lines are, but that's about it when you're looking at it. Mostly what you get is ghosting. But you don't even get ghosting very often. So this was yesterday and today, and then I have August planned, and we have an eclipse, and it finishes up Shark Week. So I did things differently here. Be messy and complicated and afraid and show up anyway. That came from Barefoot 5, which is a group on Facebook, and I really like the things the quotes and memes and stuff that they post. This is the first week for August, which starts this coming Monday, because I always start with whatever week has the most of the new month in it. I like how this turned out. This turned out really good. That's from Jaws with the girl swimming. And that's what I have. So as you can see, it is dot grid. I have back here in the back, which are kind of where I'm starting to put collections. I have the Get Shit Done. That's what I'm calling it because it's a combination of SMART goals and GTD. So I have goals here. I have it broken down into like a mind map here. Some things I want to get better at, what I'm looking forward to, new things I want to try, ways I can help others, ways I can grow. And then in the very back, he has some ink swab test. I have used the Enigma now. I think I'm on my third or fourth one. So I don't really need to do the ink swabs. I just use it to kind of get my fountain pen going when it doesn't really want to work very well when it's been sitting for a while. So this is a tip in. Well, it's glued in. So like I said, I don't have a whole lot of that. This covered a mistake, and I wrote notes down on it. So, and I just liked her from Courtney, and I liked that from Romney, and I wanted to use it. That was from Courtney. And there's a page glued together, because I tried to use Boho Berry's mood tracker thing, and I messed it up. And I don't do very well with tracking anyway, so I kind of am going just to every week, at the end of the week, do a review of the week and kind of based on what I did every day and what I showed in my weekly pages and in my daily pages, what I didn't get done, what I do need to do, because I'm kind of keeping track of everything on my daily pages. So that's the Breeze. And it does have the crinkly sound like the Enigma does. So let me show you. So here's where July 1st starts, June 30th. I did a little bit of art, I added some pictures, I did some of Courtney's stuff. Some tip-in stuff, trying to keep focused. I did the getting back to basics with the color wheel, some more tip-ins, Mr. Rockstar, Mr. Victor, my camera that was my birthday present, some of Courtney's stuff that I really liked. I've been trying to draw what coffee mug I actually used. So here I have Goofy, which is what I'm using right now, my Goofy mug. Some more tip-ins. It's Mr. Victor, my dad, right before he got real bad. 1 week later, he was, I didn't put the pictures of that in. The ants that took over my kitchen, I watercolored that on watercolor paper and then put that in here. That came from a coloring book that my friend Talisha gave me, and I colored it and put it in here. These cardinals painted that and gave it to me. I was resting, trying to keep from depression, full-blown depression. Mr. Victor and I watched some dinosaur movies. These came from the Hobonichi insert stuff they give you, the pamphlet stuff. And these were stickers. That was where we celebrated Victor's birthday. And I have some pictures to put in here for tip-ins. Game of Thrones, and those were the ice mountains. It looked really good before I wrote over it, but that's okay. One of my favorite pictures of my dad, and some tip-in stuff. Fresh start. The only way to beat cancer is to accept the reality, embrace the pain, and find the courage to move forward on one day at a time. And then I have pictures to put in here. That's that's two of the different napkins, and somebody sent me Happy Mail with a sticker and told me happy birthday, so put that on there, like a tattoo kind of thing. So we celebrated my birthday Saturday and Sunday, because Saturday was with some of our family here and friends, and then Sunday we went to my parents to celebrate there. And this is where I plopped watercolor down. And I've been doing some text journaling. So that's where I'm at with this this book. It's turned out, I think, I still need to go back and finish that page. I need to finish my fountain pens on here. Need to finish that page. This was a Courtney thing that I did, our own interpretation of a challenge. Just different things, but it handles all different kinds of things exceptionally well. As you can see, that's Chris Cornell. But as you can see, it does handle everything well, and I like the crinkle. I'm like everybody else. I love the sound of the crinkly paper. And this is where I'll be finally doing today with some actual art journaling. So this is the Enigma, by the way. I should have shown that in the very beginning, huh? See, it has the index, it has that page, just like the only difference, there's more index, the pages aren't numbered in the Enigma. And he has the pen test, but he also has calendars and a little ruler. So y'all, thank you. I will leave the link to Taroko Design below. I have videos where I show where I reviewed the notebooks. I also have the A6 in the Enigma, and I use it to kind of carry with me around. It is like a little mini illustrated journal / everything else journal. So thanks y'all. Have a good one. Bye.